This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by our official timing partner, Rado, and our official charity partner, Share the Meal by the United Nations World Food Programme.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Purple. Hello, everybody. I think you have me now. How's that? Testing 1, 2, 3. Well, if you can't hear me, I can certainly hear myself. Third time lucky, they like to say. So, hell, can you hear me now? Jacob, can you hear me? Thomas Martinez, ¿cómo estás? Do you hear me? Well, Janita said no sound. Yes, we've done it. Yes, says Thomas Martinez. Well done, Ali. Ali, the man who got all the hugs the other day on Hug an Australian Day, has sorted things out. So well done. Hey, let's start again. Let's rewind. Here we go. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome, everybody. I did the same thing earlier, by the way. I almost said good morning. Look, technically, it is good morning because we are in Spain, and it's not afternoon until it's 2 o'clock. I should have been out there by now, but we have had a little bit of rain. It's funny weather, actually. Temperature is about 22 degrees. Is muggy. The sun has been out, but we just got some drizzle that's come across the last 10 minutes or so. So the umpire's just waiting for the rain to stop, and then the place will go out. A lot of people were asking, what's the format today? I can tell you it's T20. It is not T10. A few people were saying it is T10. So one T20 match will be played today. That's a format. Montenotti will be hoping that this format is going to suit them better because remember, in the 340 over matches played so far, Sporting Alfas, the home side, have been victorious. Now, some people would say, does that mean it's a good day for a duck? Now, I was talking about ducks. In this festival so far, so the European Cricket Festival event, we've not had a single duck. It's quite amazing. We've had 340 over matches and not a single duck. So maybe the ducks will be out today. Well, they probably will be. I'll tell you why. First of all, a big thumbs up to the Ayuntamiento de Alfaz del Pi. They noticed and acknowledged that the duck pond was a bit empty, actually. It needed to be sorted out. And they've seen that a lot of ducks have been homeless and a lot of terrapins. Remember, the other day we saw the terrapins scarpering across the field, but they've done their job. The pond has been cleaned, filled with water, and there's plenty of ducks in there as well. So I get the feeling that we might see some ducks in the day. I was saying some hellos to people. So I'll go back to my hellos. Hello to Helix, to Dave, to Malanjan. We also had John Heesam in there. Hello, John Heesam. Hello to Jacob and also Thomas Martinez, who were very kindly telling me about the sound, which is now, I believe, being sorted. Hello to Akram. Vishal was in there as well. Vikram was asking about the coin toss. Very good question, Vishal. I can tell you that Montenotti have won the toss and decided that they will have a bat first. Who else was in there today? Quite a few of you, actually. A lot of people. Hello to Craze, who was also telling me about the sound. Well, we've got that sorted now. The ECN robot also was in the chat nice and early. So we are, I think I've said all my hellos to everybody. If I have forgot you, apologies. Abduliam was in there. Hello to you. Paul Horn was there too. Hello, Paul. I hope you're well. And Mr. Maximo was there as well. Hello, Maximo. I hope you're well. And I know Maximo had some of the spanners in his chat a little bit earlier. And Daniel Weston was saying hello as well. Daniel, good to hear from you as well. Daniel, of course, a very busy man. Actually, we should say a big thank you to everybody that works hard behind the scenes. Daniel Weston, certainly our founder, is one of them. Hello to Roger, that I'm sure is tuning in, and he'll be happy the sound is now working, as am I. But a big thank you to Matt, to Nick, to Chris. A lot of people that do work very hard and long hours behind the scenes. Hello to James Santiago. I have to call him James now because he's not here in Spain, but in Spain, he knows his name is Santiago. Hello to Spanish Meg, that was in there as well, and to Ken. So I think I've said all my hellos. I tell you who else will be happy that there's water in the pond is the frogs, because it is Save the Frogs Day. Frogs are crucial to our ecosystem, keeping bug population down and preventing disease. But for many species, they are in threat of elimination. There's so many endangered species. So join the fight to save the frogs. Well, here, the ayunamiento in Alfaz LP have certainly done that because they've sorted out the duck pond. Bit of activity in front of me. You can see some of the players have made their way out. And Lalit is saying hello to me. Lalit, I think he's looking forward to getting things started. So Sporting Alfaz, they're on the field of play. They're warming up. Oh, indeed, there's some the umpires. And I know that Johnny Braithwaite, wearing his favourite Yorkshire shirt, is one of the umpires. And alongside him is going to be, of course, Derek, the man we're calling Derek the Duck. Well, maybe that's what it is. We've called the umpire, whose name is Derek. We called him Derek the Duck. And we haven't had any ducks, but I'm sure that we will have some. Going back to the frogs, just don't get enough love, really. Remember, if you kiss a frog, you'll get a princess or a prince. Remember that. Don't get enough recognition. In fact, the situation is pretty dire for a lot of the species, and they are in much danger of passing from the earth, as are bees. So Save Frogs aims to raise awareness about these wonderful amphibians, and let's see what we can do to help them, because they certainly do help us a lot, especially with our ecosystem. There's movement in front of me, which is good. The rain, little drizzle, has kind of stopped, so the players are making their way out, which is good news. So it's time for us to get this festival started for the last time for, well, just a short time from the Woodbridge Oval in Sporting Alfaz here on the Costa Blanca. Let's go out into the middle for the start of this T20 contest. There's the ground, looking lovely as always. And there's a Braithwaite. He's made his way out there as John Braithwaite, a man from Yorkshire, from Scarborough, if I'm to be absolutely precise. And the batting now, that's David Clements, and some of you will know of David. And David, he's, because of some of the injuries that Montenotti have picked up, David Clements is registered and playing for Montenotti. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it? I think there's always a little bit of spite and a little bit of fire when you have that situation. He's going to be opening the batting. Give you the openers in a moment, and keep an eye on who's going to be bowling the first. And it does look like it's going to be Shakil Hafiz who's going to bowl the first. He's marked up. He's marked, and what do we got here? Looks like we've had a donation of some dinero here from Gray. So Gray 64, thank you very much. What a lovely way to start the day. And thank you to the robot saying cheers, Rico. Working on some complete setup improvement for you. Well, thank you very much to the robot. And, let's see if we're going to get our own duck robot wiki out there as well today. But lovely that you're all joining us. Hope you had a good morning so far. Hello. I think Dr. Soto might be around as well. We are ready to start. The action is ready to go. The ground looks sensational. Look at some of the scenery around the ground. Doesn't it look beautiful? And, we'll talk a little bit about some more beautiful sights around the Alfaz LP and Albert area. Kevin Norton wearing his trusted white cap is the keeper. We've got a slip-in play as well. That's a genuine leave to start off with from David. David Clement, good player. He's got a bit of a point to prove here, I think, because I know he does bat probably about 4 or 5 for Sporting Alfaz. I think he's a good player. He's a good bat. He's very technically correct, and he's looking to prove that here. Maybe get boosted up the order himself. That's good delivery. Comes back, pops up a little bit. Remember, the pitch has had a little bit of moisture on it, and I always feel that on the artificials that get the ball just to skid through a little. It has stopped raining now, if you can call it rain, a bit of drizzle. And with the breeze that's blowing and because of the humidity, I think it will dry up pretty quickly. Good start, good areas from him outside the off first 2. That's going to be edged through the gap between first slip and gully. And that'll be the first runs of the day. Hay poquito de suerte for Davey McClements. Eso es cuatro carreras. 4 runs on the board. A little bit of a weight movement that gets through the gap and goes off ball. Nicely played away. That ball now will come back with a little bit of moisture on it. You can see that the piece does have a rag there, but he's okay. He says, nah, no problem. Pitched up. That's hit nicely. That's going to be 4. Lovely shot this, or is it? Just slows down. Yeah, it will get past the boundary line there. What a lovely shot this is. Beautifully played. Very elaborate hand movement as well, wasn't it? Have a look at this. Watch this. Ay, ay, ay. Was that kind of the kind of a reverse chopper, wasn't it? Good shot. 4 runs. Back boundaries. This is slightly shorter, pulled away. Well, we could have another here as it gets past the tree, the famous Alfaz tree. There it is. And that's Jaime, who's hiding behind the tree. Come out, wherever you are, Jaime Gonzalez. We see you there. 3 boundaries on the spin. Remember the other day playing 4 Sporting Alfas. David McClements hit 6 on the spin. Picked up. This one will be a single. I don't quite think the non-striker there, Pascal, was quite expecting that. Jonathan. Let's get to the other head now. Been a good start. 13 off the first, and with that single, David McClements will take himself back on strike. I think Mohammed Masum, who also joins us in the chat, and Farid was there as well. Hello, Farid. I think everybody's now happy that we've got started. Ayush was in there as well. A lot of people joining. It's nice to see a bit of sunshine coming out now, caressing this beautiful ground at Alfaz LP. Other days being celebrated today as well. Well, that probably, well, nothing's been signalled. The batters will take 1, but was that a wide? Yeah, it was. Derek does signal the wide eventually, so wide ball to start. The best first delivery here. The man who's got the number on his back, and I believe this is Aftab Iqbal bowling over number 2. Well, wait for the field. Is that the 2 umpires just having a little chat about something there? Not sure what that was about. See if Iqbal can get it right. Bowling now to Jonathan Pascal. Facing what would be the first ball. And it could be another wide. It will, says Derek. Going back to the days being celebrated. So I mentioned about Save the Frog. So come on, everybody. Let's save the frog. Here in Alfaz LP and Sporting Alfaz, they're doing their bit. The pond is filled with water, so the frog will be happy. So will the ducks, and also the geese as well. Yes, there are geese. And the terrapins, of course. I was corrected. There you go, they're terrapins. Tell you what, they're blooming big terrapins. That's a little bit closer this time from Iqbal. So get the dot ball in, and that'll make him feel better. Just get the feeling as we're coming from the palm tree end. So not coming from the bus end. So hopefully today Ravi, now that he's actually facing the right way, and he doesn't have to try to capture the bus from behind him, we'll try and catch the number 10 bus. I don't mean literally, I mean on camera. And also the sightseeing bus. Hopefully there's some tourists that will give us a wave. This was a catching chance from the reaction there from Tyrone in the covers. A slip at the moment. We've also got a gully in catching. That's Fraser. Then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the offside, all well inside the circle. Then you've got a mid-wicket and behind square on the leg side. That's your field set. So no fielder back on the boundary at the moment. 3 on the leg side, everybody else on the off, including a slip and a gully. The field that's been set. Maximum rate, no surprise there that he's falling up and is hitting the big dots. Ball again. That's been hit pretty well. Beautifully timed. Beautifully timed. As good as our official time partner. A lovely shot. Beautiful timing. And quite appropriate that shot is played when we have Rado, our official time partner, on the screens. There's a replay of it. A little bit slower, a little bit full. It was in the slot. A half volley gets played away. It looks like that one ended up in the car park. Coming back, that could be a bit of a teaser. The umpire thinks about it. There's no, I'll let you have that one. National Superhero Day. I like this day. I'll tell you why I like this day. Because this day is to do with normal people. Hello to Wastepan, who's joining us in the chat. Just has a little waft at that. That will be the end of the over. And 7 runs come from it. Wides in it as well. 4 moves to 20. Yeah, so National Superhero Day. Instead of Superman or Batman, this day is to honor our real-life superheroes. Those people who help others, from firemen to nurses to soup kitchen volunteers to camera production men to roaming cameramen to scorers, all people who are your superheroes who make your day better. National Superhero Day is here to remind people all over the world that superheroes can come in any shape, size, or color, and being one is more about valor of the heart than having actual superpowers. So you know who those superheroes are. Don't forget to thank them and appreciate them for what they do today on National Superhero Day. The kill is going to continue with the ball. That's hit firmly, and it's going to get past the short mid-on. It's going to be 4 runs. Beautifully played. A little bit too short, too straight. And that's clobbered. Good hit. David McClement has made a good start. No chance at all there for Paul Spencer. Cracking hit. Kitty spots well. One thing that I like about David Clement's batting the other day when he just fell short of yet another. Oh, that's full. And it deserves to be belted. Gandhi ball. Bataki shot Maria. Joka lag gaya. A bowling a chinny yaar. Kei wari short hua. Kei wari over pitched hua. Ye the Gandhi bowling. A bowling no na chitari pehne. Kutti pehni hai. Yeah, that's put away with ease. In fact, he's lucky. Is Shaquille that's not called a no ball. Yeah, going back to David McClement, one thing that he did very well is he picks the gap. He's very good at placing the ball. He's got a bit of power about him as well, but his placement, the way he negotiates the ball into gaps is good. That one, he's tried to play that flamboyant shot down the ground again. See the old, this time the helicopter backfires a little bit. It goes, didn't really get going. It goes back to his mark. Short, ugly, boom, Joka lag gaya, and he gets the proper, oh, MJ style, gets a swivel on this, as that will go racing to the boundary. 4 carreras más. Eso golpe es muy bueno, pero el pelota lanza no es bien. Doesn't really have the pace, does Shaquille Hafiz, to trouble somebody like David McClement with the short ball. I think he's much better getting that ball really full. Let's see the Yorker length. And at the moment, you can see we haven't seen a single Yorker out there. A little bit short outside the off. Wants to take the single. Wants to try and keep the strike. Does David McClemens. That's going to be the end of over number 3. 13 runs coming off that, as did the first. So he's 26 off his 2. 4 moves to Pleasant, 33. Have a look at the ball heights there, so you can see the short ones being punished. Oh, balls have been the height where somebody like Clements has been able to, McClement has been able to play the pull or the hook or the cut shot. And there's been 2 that were drivable and they were driven down the ground. Iqbal. Continue with start of over number 4. Good delivery, good seed. Now that's where you need to be. I often mention the heavy ball or short of a length. This was spot on. Look at where this is pitching and look at the movement of way. That's a corker. It's a jaffer of a delivery. Can you repeat that again? Well bowled. Jacob, you're so nice. He says, my favorite superhero is ranting Rico. Ah, Jacob. I like it when you like my rants. This will just be a single. It's Jay who makes the stop. Jay Powell. His actual name is Jeremy, but he says when he gets called Jeremy, it's only when he gets pulled off. So we'll call him Jay for now until he does something wrong. All right. So well done, Jay. Nice stop. Single gets taken. We'll get back on strike. And he gets the full delivery. That first kind of York length delivery. Now that will be right there where you see the number 2. That'll be 3 now. If that graphic, if Wiki stays there long enough, there you go. That means that Marzi's pressing the right buttons. And you'll also see that probably the first one that registers. I know we saw 2 full length deliveries, but this one might register right on the stump. Good Yorker length for that one. See if Iqbal can get it there again after time. It's slightly shorter. Probably should be looking to play this straight. Doesn't really get any bad on it. Bit of pad as it was drifting down the leg side. Beautifully signaled there by Derek. Another single leg by will be taken. Now the dangerous David McClements goes back on strike. And that's hit beautifully. Nice and straight. Threads the needle, doesn't he? The 2 fielders are there. What a lovely shot this is. Goes for that Yorker again, but that's the difference between getting it right and wrong. I told you if you get that Yorker length in where it's going to be, so that Yorker was right up there. This was another one that was pretty full. Have a look at this, but it wasn't quite the Yorker, and it was hit beautifully. Wonderful, wonderful off drive for ball. Beautifully played, and David McClements has raced to 31, just 15 deliveries to go in the 4th. Time it will get fielded. Nicely done by Paul Spencer. Just a single. And he's going to be keen to get back on strike again. That's what he's been doing so far, and you can understand why. Being productive. 40 on the board is another one. So we've had 2 overs of 13 from Shakil and 2 of 7 from Iqbal. What else can I tell you about? World Day for Safety and Health at Work. That's very important, isn't it? And, well, we're very conscious of that because that ball could be coming in where we are at any time. Played along the deck. It gets past 1, but not the sweeper. They're only going to take the 1. Look back there from David to see if Jonathan could come back for the second, but Jonathan not as quick or agile as the young David, so they'll take just a single here. There was a change in the bowling as well. This is Andrew who comes on to bowl, who only started playing cricket at the age of 57. And his story was, asking the question to Deb Launton, but not out. His story was he ended up coming to this ground a few years ago. A bit more of a rugby man, it was Andrew. I think they were watching some rugby on the telly or something, but cricket was happening at the same time. And Andrew just happened to have a chat with Kev Launton, who's the keeper, and say, hey, what do I do to get involved? He said, well, send me an email and we'll see. sent an email. 2 days later, he was in the side to play. What a lovely story. It just goes to show that cricket is for everyone. Doesn't matter what your age. So you've got someone like Andretti, who's bowling here now, and you've got youngsters in the side like Fraser Tierney, who's 17. I think that's the beauty of sporting Alfas. That's a bit of a big point. Doesn't quite get to the pitch of it. Wants to get it over that leg side field. Yeah, that's the beauty of sporting Alfas. That's the beauty of cricket and sport. It gets everybody involved, regardless of age, colour, race, and it's something that really does support and improve the community. It's a nice looking shot. That's going to be 4 runs. And a little bit too much width on offer there for David. We're going to see some runs on that offside now. A lot of the runs so far being down the ground. And that one will register on the offside. What a lovely shot that is. Right out of the textbook, isn't it? Gets himself in beautiful position. Plays that away beautifully. 4 more. 4 carreras más. Oh, that's tossed up too much and it's going to be blasted away. No ball has also been called there by both umpires. And the short delivery didn't quite get it out the middle. Kind of came bit out at the top of the bat. Otherwise, it could have been a 7-up, but it's not. It's going to be a minimo. And that minimo brings up the 50. 50 comes up. Get crunched away. That's not a good delivery. It was going okay, wasn't it, until the no ball gets called. Scorers will adjust that in a moment. It probably should be 51 and make that boundary, take it to 55, I believe the score should be. We'll let the scorers sort that out. Lovely shot. And David McClements is racing away. Did a bit wide, didn't really have to play it. I think it may have been quarter wide. Crunched away. Just get those scores sorted out. But as you can see, most runs down the ground. But with that shot played out on the offside, I think the percentage of the offside will be pretty good as well with the end of the over. 55 without loss. A very big thank you to our hosting club, Sporting Alfaz Cricket Club. There's the famous tree on there as well that forms part of the field of play. And also a big thank you to the Ayuntamiento de Alfaz del Pi. And shows that they listened to us because they sorted out the duck pond as well. We have got some pictures of the duck pond. We'll probably put them up for you in a little bit just to let people know. There you go. Ali's on the ball. There's the ducks. The ducks are back, everybody. Let's see if we're going to have some ducks out there in the middle as well. Played away. There'll be a bit of foot fielding. Just going to be a single. Everybody's looking at the duck saying, you didn't miss anything. Just a single played out there on the offside. Jonathan, David McClements back. Yeah, duck there. There was a goose out there as well. The other day when I went for a walk, I saw swans. Got a lot of biodiversity has this area as well. Now, it doesn't quite this out the middle, but he's going to get fortunate. A mass suerte. Remember, his opening runs were off the edge of the bat. This one, I think, has come off the bottom edge. He was trying to flick this, I think, over the leg side boundary. Let's see again. Yeah, he's definitely worse. One hand getting off the bat. So he wasn't at the pitch of the ball. He's going to get lucky. A mass suerte for David McClements. He's going to get 4 more runs. A little bit of luck. He moves to 49. Will he get a 50? He's been getting out in the 40s all the time. I did say to him on Sunday, you like getting out in the 40s, don't you? And not this time. And he will get a 50. 50 carreras for David McClements. And he scored it quickly as well. 50 in just 23 deliveries. He's not raising the bat, you know. He's like, nah, I've got plenty of time to go all the way. Well, he certainly has, you know. Certainly has, especially if he keeps scoring at this rate. It's played towards Shakil, who makes the stop. If he didn't get a hand on that, it probably would have. Lalit Sharma is on the boundary. May have cut it off. Talking about boundary. 2 men, 3 men back on that boundary now. You've got Lalit Sharma at the long on boundary. They put a sweeper in at extra cover. Nobody on the leg side as yet. And that's worked away, gets past one, but young Fraser does really well. Talking about the age of some of the players, I mentioned obviously you got that Andrew Etty, who's a bit more of a older, distinguished gentleman. That way that sounds much better, doesn't it? Then you got Fraser, who when I turned up at the ground, sat at one of the benches doing his homework. Ooh, went for the big heave over the leg side. Misses out on it. Will be a rare dot ball. 6 overs complete. Going well. 63 without loss. Good little partnership. Coming up here. T10. It is not. A few people still saying T10. It is, yeah. I see that that Shantanu Mundal is putting it out there. It is a T20 match. Only the one match today is T20. Hello to Ranjit Singh. Sat Sri Akal. ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ ਹੈ ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰੀਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੋ ਓ ਯਾਰ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਛੱਕਾ ਮਾਰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਛੱਕਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਣਾ ਪਰ ਚੌਕਾ ਤਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਣਾ 4 ਬਣ ਜਾਣੇ ਪਰ ਜੱਦੀ ਬੋਲ ਸੀਗੀ ਫੁੱਲ ਟਾਸ ਪੂਰਾ ਫੁੱਲ ਟਾਸ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਚਪੇੜ ਮਾਰਨੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਪਰ ਲੱਗੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋਰੀ ਜੀ ਲੱਕੜ ਤਾਂ ਲੱਗ ਗਈ 4 ਬਣ ਗਏ 4 back on seems to be struggling in the ball I feel for the sweep plays that nicely with the one hand this is a glorious stroke what a wonderful shot this is I don't know if we have a replay of this we get them for some if you got one of this is a beautiful shot the control to play this away is wonderful watch this delightful really good sweep shot for 4 runs and I reckon that was London saying shot lad, because that was a good shot. Two balls. This time wasn't quite there for the big hit, so it was a controlled shot down the ground for a single. 60. He's definitely on for a ton, isn't he? Yep, I said it early. Yes, I said it early. Maybe luck is on his side. He doesn't normally get to 50. He gets out in the 40s. Maybe he's trying to say, well, once he gets past and gets his 50, he can go all the way and bring the 100 up. He's got loads of time and he knows it. That's a nice bit of footwork that gets played to young Fraser, who comes in from mid-wicket. Remember, we are at the end also of the power play. First 6 overs is the power play, only 2 allowed out. So they can now spread, and they will spread, especially with David McClements on the strike. They've got the 2 men straight down the ground. Ooh, didn't really get good bat on this. Yeah, 2 down the ground, long on, long off. Got extra cover in. This is another white. I see another guy in whites on the offside, but I don't feel that's the player. So I'm gonna go that there's an extra cover. It can't be really because they've got 2 in that leg side. So it's just somebody's walking around the ground. Just get played towards. Tyrone does the fielding. There's Tyrone, who the other day also had a good little outing for Consolidation. End of the over, Kevin Norton signaling, I think, to Lalit. Lalit's not looking. Lalit is calling you. There you go. Captain saying, warm up, you're bowling soon. Lalit says, all right, Skip, I'm up for it. Looks like he's going to finish his spell. And what's coming up? Yo, we're going to Ibiza. Yes, we are. And the 2nd and 3rd of May, a weekend in Ibiza. And there'll be some cricket as well. So make sure you do join us. We will be broadcasting that live on YouTube. It's hard and it gets past the fielder pretty quickly. I think that's Andrew that's in the firing line again. He picks himself up. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Lovely shot out of the middle of the bat. Boom! Choca lag gaya. Qué genial. Es a golpe muy dulce. más dulce de blueberry pie. ¿Por qué? Un segundo. Yeah, sweeter than a blueberry pie because it is National Blueberry Pie Day. Yes, please. I don't care if it's early. Blueberry pie. It's got to be one of my favorites. And very good for you as well. Here's the blueberry pie. Iqbal. Oh, there's an edge on this. London gets a glove on it, but that's a chance. McClements. He's a sign. He's had two edges that didn't go to hand. That one goes to glove. London can't take it. Here we go again. Quick reactions is one of those that either stick or they don't. This time it doesn't. 65, David gets dropped on behind, so definitely a sign, isn't it? Ooh, dangles the bat out there, trying to get a little bit of something on it. Try and take the single. See again here, just that movement away. He's bowled well as Iqbal hasn't had too much luck. Had a few issues in his first over with getting the control, but once he's got the control on the line and length right, he's caused problems. That's hit pretty well, but it's a great catch. What a catch this is. Absolutely brilliant. Que guay, que genial. Well, that is what you call grease lightning. And that's Tyrone, I'm pretty sure, has taken the catch. That was exceptional. Exceptional catch taken here by Tyrone Melion, who sometimes he's got the gloves on behind the stumps. What a catch this is. It was well hit. It was middled by Jonathan Huskill. And it takes a great catch to end the first wicket partnership of 79. That was brilliant cricket. Really was. What a catch. Excellent catch. As the number 10 bus goes by. Number 10, I've seen that bus going around all over the place actually when I was walking around yesterday. Good bus service, but what about this for a catch? It's all about anticipation. Anticipated right. Well, I tell you what, Tyrone, you do get a slice of blueberry pie. What could be more enjoyable than a slice of delicious blueberry pie? Blueberries and starberries, as the Native Americans call them, are one of nature's superfoods, rich in antioxidants and vitamins and extremely healthy. Blueberries are one of nature's many good gifts that humans can use to create a number of delicious recipes, and blueberry pie is definitely one of them. Super healthy and super delicious. Tyrone, the first slice is yours. Played out and a bit of footwork to make the stop. Good stop actually as well. That was hit quite nicely. This is Michael, or Mike as he prefers to be called. Disley gets off the mark and goes back on strike. Mike Disley batted well the other day. He scored 63 of 48, helping Montanotti get to 274 for 7. He shared a good partnership actually with his brother of 87. That's Isa Assad. Let's hope that Isa Assad is a little fitter today as well. Been having problems with his groin, he was telling us. Putting up has got there with 40 balls to go. Thanks to Naeem Sar's 80 62. This is Lalit Sharma, who is bowling. Now Lalit had a chance a few days ago to get a century, didn't he, in match number 2, 94-53. Tosses this up. And good length. Mike goes to play it down the ground just to get it out. Just to get too much of the middle of the bat on that. Lalit. Talented player. Short. Just dab down for the single. David, very keen to get back on track. This is going to be a good little contest, actually. Two very good players. Batting it out. changing that field really. The two straight, the sweep around, tossed up, hit firmly in the gap. Lovely shot. Light the way. He gets into position early, and then the wrists come into play, and he gets that ball beautifully in the gap. Ball run. Just watch this again. Footwork, and look at the head. Beautifully still, and looking where he wants the ball to go. That's a sign of a good player. 70. Making some adjustments there. Tyrone has been pushed back now to extra cover. Short delivery. And it was the one that probably David McClemens kind of anticipated it right. It was shorter, but it was a little bit quicker. Tucked him up a little. Wasn't able to get a good bit of bat on there. Rupesh is liking Lalit Sharma. Bit high. No real LBW issues for the umpire to think about. It's the end of the over. And a good over. Just the 6 runs coming from that one. To 86 for 1. Getting to that halfway point. I don't know if the players are going to take a little drink break after 10. It is a festival cricket. The nice look there at the Sporting Alfas clubhouse. Plenty of people in. There's Ted Hopkinson. He's probably looking to pick up a few more wickets today and celebrate now that he knows where the cameras are. In fact, actually, it's going to be quite interesting. The cameras have moved. We are now at the palm tree end, not the bus end. I bet you he'll be celebrating to the wrong end if he gets a hit. Fraser Tierney starts with one hit firmly back to him. Makes a good stop. That one probably would have beaten Aftab Iqbal on the boundary. The young man does well to make the stop. Last 2 overs have just gone 6 and 6, so I wanted to speed up again. I get the feeling here that Mike Sisley is trying to play a bit too defensively. He's thinking about just pushing for a single so he can get David McClemens on strike rather than playing shots himself. He's more than capable, we know that. Once again there, Fraser does the building of his own bowling. What a young talent he is. Young Fraser. The wind's just picked up a little. He's just playing about a little in the wind. Full toss, that should be put away. And it hit well, but straight to Jay. Does the fielding. They're going to come back for 2. A couple of full tosses haven't quite got the treatment. Taken still very good over this. Can he finish it well? Get back outside the off. The field is set pretty close. They've just brought from mid-off. They brought Shaquille into short mid-wicket. Keep the pressure on here. And it goes kind of, well, would have gone straight to him. But Fraser does the diving. Shaquille should have said, that's mine, young man. The over, is it? No, 1 to come. 3 from it. Swing and a miss, great over. Only 15 have come off the last 3 overs. A big slowdown now. Can't really say it's down to the wicket of Jonathan Haskell because he played 16 balls for 8. I think it's more to do with Clements not getting on strike. While he's not on strike, the runs have slowed down at 89 for 1. And also the last few balls he has hit have only gone for singles. So, interesting how David goes there. I'm pretty sure there's no doubt that he's thinking about the 100. He has to be. He's in the 70, 72. He doesn't want to take too many risks. He's up against a very good bowler as well. Lalit will bowl his second. His first went just for 6. And Lalit and Fraser making things difficult for here. Goes forward in the air. Is he going to get it over the fielder? He does. It won't go to the boundary, will it? Just slows up. And it's going to be a couple. I suppose you could say that with the mid-off up in the circle, that shot is on. You can give credit to David McClement. Still keeping him in the circle. They're still putting the challenge out to McClement. This one is shorter. Gets played away now. Will they come for two here? I think they've got to come for two. Yeah, Mike is pretty good in between the wickets. So these two should be getting twos where the likes of David and Jonathan were only getting just the one. So well run. Nicely done. Played out. Could be Iqbal. Doesn't stop. Doesn't take it cleanly. I think we still should be looking to run those first ones hard. So boundary's drying up here now. That's a good sign for the home side putting Alfaz. It's going to be in the gap. Probably hasn't got any power in it at all. It just gets a little bit of the edge wide off Kevin Lawndon behind the stump. This time they don't have a slip in it. The slip there would have been straight down the slip stroke. No power in that at all. Have a look at the distribution of runs. So 65% of them come down the ground. It's another short delivery, but this one will go in the gap between the square leg and the man on the 45, kind of wide, fine leg on the boundary. So finally get a boundary. Here it is again. A lot of movement in there. He certainly gives it a good rip. Certainly some turn, but it was a nice height and it was well watched also. Clements had made up his mind that he was going to play the full shot. Just move the 45 bit straighter. That's just going to be a dot ball, 99. For one, a better over that one with 10 runs coming from it. Assisted with the batters doubling up. And, 2003, Apple launches its iTunes store, which gave users the ability to purchase and download music from the internet directly to their iTunes library or transferred to their iPod. So that was on this day in 2003. By 2010, the store has sold its 10 billionth song. iTunes was launched on this day in 2003. Just 7 years later, sold its 10 billionth song. Lock it up. No footwork really, I think. That's one that David McClement's probably earlier in the innings, he was using his feet well to get to that. He's just playing Fraser Tierney with a bit of respect, waiting for the loose delivery. That one's hit up in the air again. It's not hit cleanly. Will only be, probably should be looking for two there. They're not running the first one hard enough here. Once again, it wasn't the cleanest of pickup from Aftab Iqbal. And I think they've got to look at that and really take on Iqbal when the ball's going to him there in the field. Mike now. Out on this one. Good bowling. Just takes 3 away in his first and pretty much spot on again here. In second over, just 2 runs on it so far. That's got to go for runs. Oh, he's missed out on it. So once again, the full toss on the leg side is missed out on. I think he leans forward too much here. I think this is one where you just got to stand still. It's all about footwork, being in the good position, but he's leaning so much. He's kind of off balance to play the shot. Punched out onto the offside. Should be looking. Yeah, I think you've got to be looking for two there. After running a few quick ones in the last, without doing that, so just the 4 runs come off the over. Very tidy from Fraser. 103 for 1. Really are staying up. First 5 overs, the score 55. Second 5, the score 89. Scoring 34 in the second. See what the score is after 15. It's going to plan as the sun. Again, there's a change in the bowling here. They're going here for Billy. Yeah, Blit. Nicely out on the offside. It's a good stop. Need to see more hustle from the batters. You really do need to see more hustle. I think Sisley here has got to really be pushing David to take those twos. Take it away. There are 2 fielders out there now. Remember, they moved the very fine behind square, the kind of a wide fine leg, much squarer. So you basically got behind square, and one of those boundary riders is in between square and mid wicket. Played out once again to the offside. So a combination of things here. One, I think that Kevin Laundon and the bowlers have got the line right with the fielders. So a lot of these shots are going to hand, going to the fielders. So they've got the lines right on the boundary. Secondly, just the slower bowling is causing problems. Another one that's going to be missed out on. So nice start here from Billy as well, doing very much the same as what Lalit and Fraser did. I think he's trying to play the wrong shot there. That ball's been pitched up. He's got to be coming down the ground and looking to play this straight down. And I think, what's he doing here? He's either getting rid of the lid or he's retiring himself out. He's doing one or two things. 17 balls for 8. So he's going kind of the same rate that Jonathan did. Well, he's run all the way to the boundary to give his helmet to his brother. So he doesn't want the lid. Maybe that's what's been causing him the problem. 2001, on this day, American businessman Dennis Tito became the first space tourist when he was launched into orbit aboard a Russian supply mission to the International Space Station. Here's a question for you. How much did he pay for the pleasure? What do you reckon? How much did Dennis Tito pay to become the first space tourist back on this day in 2001? Any ideas? The deck again in the vicinity of Lalit. Lalit will do the fielding. No pressure being applied on the fielders. The batters just going tiki-taka. Tiki-taka, tiki-taka. They're in a 2-cylinder tuk-tuk. They've got to change up into something that's got a bit more muscle, a bit more vroom-vroom. And the full pitch delivery. This time it's outside the off. If you're going to bowl it full like that, outside the off is better, but just another single. Fraser. Excellent stuff on the paper. It's down the ground, but should be stopped. Will be stopped partially. They will and should have come back again. They're not taking the twos. This time Sisley wasn't even looking. See, David McClements had a quick look. He's kind of going at a snail's pace towards that 100. This time they're running better. That's better. That's what you got to do. It's about time. Good throw. Right hit would have been interesting, but I think that McClements had made it home. On the Nelson, folks. On the Nelson. On the Nelson. Everybody standing on one foot. Come on. Up you'll get. I'll do it. I'm on my way up. Look, on my way up. And goes for the big shot. There's fielders there. And it's going to be taken. Is it going to be taken? Well, I saw the ball pop up. And it popped up and out and then bounced in front of him. So, Jeremy, what have you done? Oh, Jeremy Powell. Remember I said that when he does things right, his name is Jay. But now it's Jeremy. Look, it popped up. Oh, he almost took it off his thigh. Went in his hands, bounced on his thigh, and he almost took it. Wasn't able to do so. So that almost get a wicket on the Nelson. That was slightly better over on that occasion. 8 runs coming from it. Played, and there will finally be a boundary. And to some gentle applause from the Montanotti faithful and some of the Alfas supporters, and a few people that I think have popped in and watching an afternoon of cricket while having a few bevies from the bar. Kate, of course, doing a wonderful job, as she always does. We want to start this to Kate London there behind the bar. Get this well and too good. That's a good shot. So a little bit too short on those first few deliveries, Billy. Both hit to the boundary. It's the same spot as the ball before. First over, he was much fuller. Too short. Hit well as well. Watch the ball. Oh, I think this is ricocheted and gone to the boundary. And Andrew Atty allows this to go past, and it's going to be 4 more. 99 now, David McClements. Similar ball again. Similar shot. And, ooh, well, almost. And this is played away, and that will be it. David McClements will get his century. Well batted indeed, David. And, well, nobody's applauding. He knows he's got it. He's still not lifting his bat up. Come on. Lift your bat up. Acknowledge the 100. Well, he's feeling, no, I can do better. David McClements, 153. And for those of you that thought I had cursed him, I put the mockers on him when I said when he was on 49, he has a chance for his 100 here, because it was only just about 5 overs in. But he has done it. And now he's got to just keep going. One is going to go past Hafiz this time. Andrew just stop at the boundary. The signal gets taken. And that's an expensive over, isn't it? 3 fours followed by 3 singles. So 15 come off the over. A bit more like it. Acceleration 128. And that's the score after 15. 89 up to 10. So work out very quickly. How many? That 5 overs. So in those 5, calculator out. Again, 39. So they've gone 55 in the first 5, 34 and 39. And that was thanks to an over of 15 there. So the fun certainly did dry up in the third quarter. Let's see how they finish. They do need a quick finish here. Fraser, who bowled magnificently, bowling last over. Going to once again put Shaquille in short mid-wicket. Don't you want to give the single there to Clementon? Well, that shouldn't be a single. That should be 4 runs. It's probably close to being a no ball, actually, but umpire's not calling it. He's got away with a few of these as Fraser. That's one thing that their young Fraser will work on every so often. There's that full toss that comes out, and because that's angled down to the leg side, it's always going to be an easy put away. Tell you what, Ali, shall we line up some pics of where I ended up yesterday? We talked a little bit about, but maybe at the end of this over we could do if you're ready, because I was telling people I went for a nice walk yesterday. Of course, we were day off. I know that Ravi and Marzi had a lazy morning, but then did go to the gym, have a bit of a workout before going to the supermarket and sorting out what they're having for dinner. And I did a bit of work first thing, and then I set out about 3 o'clock before I finally ventured out. So I had a good long walk. Again, was out for about 3 hours, and I followed the path which goes to the Elbir Lighthouse. I didn't quite get to the lighthouse itself. It made that very fine. This could be a chase there for third. We'll get there before Jay at fine good. So they're going to get another couple there. Leg buys, I believe. Yep, leg buys are signal. So I went kind of walking up the hill, went to the national park, the Sierra Galado National Park. The lighthouse was another 45 minutes from there. So I thought, well, I think I'll probably, that's going to be, it's another full toss. And that, I think, will bounce once before it goes away there. Got to be careful there because that's where the goose was. The goose this morning was in that area. Yeah, this is a similar ball again. Full toss. Doesn't really get it to come down. Yeah, Kev Lornan just says, no, son, what are you bowling that for? Another easy put away. David's gone 1 or 2. 2 leg bars, another boundary. 13 from it so far. 141 for 1. Hello, Dave. Terry Richmond joins us in the chat as well. Hello, Terry. Hope you're well. That nicely. So all of a sudden, with Mike having a bit more of a aggressive theme about him, he's playing some shots. 142 for 1. Yeah, let's have a look. So there we go. And that is a fantastic view. So if you're wondering some of the things to do here in Alfaz LP, I've said many a times you can go for many a track, whether you want to go walking or cycling. And yeah, look at that. There's the Spanish Vendetta playing around there in the background as well. And look at the color of the sea. The color of the sea was fantastic. So Alfaz LP, that was on my way up to the Albia Lighthouse. It's here they are, absolutely fantastic. Yeah. So I took it nice and easy, just a walk, but you can, if you fancy it, get in the sea, windsurfing, lots of canoeing can be done there as well, snorkeling, all sorts, plenty to do. And of course, by the time the summer comes, paragliding and all sorts. So coming down to the Costa Blanca here. LP. Well, this is Jay Powell having a ball. Good stop. Great bit of fielding. Fantastically well done. Actually, looking at this fielding, I should say a big hello to Clinton. Clinton, if you are tuning in, of course, Clinton, who took a nasty knock on the just under the nose, cut his lip badly here on Sunday. Hey, being just out of his crease there. I don't know if Kevin went for the bells and missed them, or whether he decided his foot was in. But Clinton is fine. It was good to see Clinton back at the ground at the end of Sunday. Here with that's a ugly swipe. It gets missed by everybody. It was pretty wide. Buys are being signalled by Braithwaite. Run 2, probably could have run 3 if they were watching. Mike Sisley, as I said, he's starting to get a move on now. Hit that up, it should be out. Oh, well, not really sure what happened to Billy here. I think he was a bit surprised. It was coming straight to him. And by the time he got ready to take the catch, he kind of hopped out the way. Poor Jay probably thought he was going to get a wicket. Look at Mike. He thinks, oh, no, what have I done? Look at Kevin Launton. His head goes down. And he sees that the catch gets passed and goes to the boundary. So Mike gets dropped there on 24. $150 comes up with that boundary. Should they get to 180 here if they go big towards the end? Well, who's going to get there? Anybody? No, watch the spin. It's going to be just a single at the last ball. They're good over there from Jays. He's very, very unlucky. The 7 comes from it. There comes 2 buys in there as well, which is what's taken the score to 151 for 1 after 17. Where could they get from here? So you see number of runs on the offside, 9%. We did see some nice cut shots played in that area, but other than that, not a lot else. Most of the runs down the ground, and of course, some of those beautiful boundaries that David Clemens has hit. No surprise that 42% of them are in that cover area. Ground looks brilliant. Just a Sierra Halada Massif there in the background. This is hit a bit uppish, but it should be stopped once again by Iqbal. And this time they are running the 2s. It's something that I think they should have been doing a lot of in between the 10th and the 15th over, especially the over number 11, 12, 13 and 14, because they weren't getting too many runs there. It was only thanks to 15 coming off that over 15 that they got 39 runs of that period. That's played away quite nicely. They will get the single. So starting to flow now, these two, and they would want a big finish for sure. Short, but he's played all around this. He'll be disappointed. That's probably one he should have been playing, perhaps on the offside, David. He's getting the 100. He hasn't found the boundary. Remember, on his way to the 100, he hit 3 boundaries in the over of Billy. That's hit pretty well, but there's a fielder back there. Done. It's the single again. There's Shaquille. Shaquille was a little bit expensive in his first 2 overs. So get an opportunity to come back here. Right, going back to the question to Dennis Titu. That one is well taken. Good catch, well done. Lovely moment for the man who I said earlier, Andrew Utti, only started playing the game when he was 57. I don't know if 64 is how old he is now. I wouldn't want to guess, but he's a young at heart, distinguished gentleman. Takes a good catch to remove Mike. Really good catch, nice moment. Wicket does fall, but a good little partnership there as well. Came together with the score 79. There's that catch. Well done and beautifully captured there by Ravi Panchal as well. Well, that's one to be showing the grandchildren. They might be watching, and if you are, hello to you. Good catch taken. Nice partnership there. So the first partnership was worth 79. And this one is worth 76. New batter coming in. Now, this is going to be an important time or period of the match. Not much time to go in terms of number of balls. But David McClements has to get strike, and he also has to start to hit boundaries again. To really get, I think, to make this a challenging score, they need, I feel, that 180. At the moment, they're getting around 8.7 and over. Got to run. Oh, they don't. I think that's probably because it's the last ball of the over, so I get that from David McClements. 18 gone, 155 for 2. Shaquille, after being expensive in his first 2 overs, which went for 26, only the 4 runs coming off that one. He just picked 4 wickets. So a little bit of captain to bring it back. So yeah, so going back to Dennis, he became the first space tourist when he was launched into orbit aboard the Russian supply mission to the International Space Station. My question was, how much did he pay? He paid approximately $20 million for the 6-day trip. It's again only a single. I don't think, if I'm honest here, I don't want to say that Simon Varsali is not able to hit the big shots. You can see the field coming in as well. But I think with the first ball of the over here from Jay, I don't think he takes it. That's up in the air. They did bring Iqbal in. It's going to get past him. Won't go to the boundary. They will take 2. So using the long handle, Simon, hello to Beryl if you are tuning in. Beryl, big supporter of Simon. Hello to Jay Prakash in the chat. Jay Prakash reckons it's going to be under 180. You get bat on this. That's what you got to do. Bat on ball. Now, I think it's time for David McClemens to go. He's got to a touch. Same sort of thing, actually. When he got to his 50, he slowed down. Then he picked up again. He's got to his 100. He hasn't hit a boundary since he got to 100. It's kind of all been single. So he's got to go now. Got to have that burst. And he does. Balle, Kinna Sora, Shakalagya. Well, that is sweet out of the middle of that bat. Sweeter than a bowl of rasmalai. Once again, we were in danger of having no Maximos in the innings. David McClemens, this time, takes a gamble, uses his feet, gives himself a little bit of room, and goes boom, shakalagya. Now that is what we're talking about. I think they might need another ball. That one has, I think, bounced over into the road and may have ended up in the gully, the other side of the road. Big hit. The first 6, the first Maximo of the inning. 65 for 2 then. Hello to Paul Kempin, who's saying 6 carreras. Similar ball again, but this time didn't quite get the footwork right. Got to be going 2. Got to go 2 here. That's not good running. It's not good running at all. For a man who's on 100, he's got to want all the strike. Got to be taking this last delivery as well and get 2. Takes just a single. The thing is, if Simon gets bat and ball to take a single again, he'll be off strike. And it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. So that's poor cricket awareness for me as the over comes to an end. 167 for 2. So it's the last over coming up. No. 19 completed. And David McClemens is not going to be on strike. Looks like Shaquille who bowled a very good 18th over. We're only 4 runs came off. Who bowled the last. But yeah, that's wasn't the best bit of batting awareness there from the 2 batters. Big thank you once again to the Armento, the Alfaz del P for being a host. There's the bus. We got the bus. Well done, Ravi. We got the number 10 bus. Now we just got the sightseeing bus that we want to see. Number 10 bus that helps to carry people around. Takes 2 here, so he's an interesting one, isn't it? He's running 2s when he's not on strike, not when it takes him on strike. Bit of bat. Good, like that. Okay, 4 balls left in the inning. Wanting to get at least 10 more. That gets that 180 that I've been talking about. Can they do it? Can they get to the 180? People thought 180 was not on. I'm saying maybe 178. Wait and see. there, Prakash, if you're right. Oh, now then, gets a dot ball in. Couldn't give out here. On his knees. He just snuck that in, so 3 more balls to go. Hit pretty well. There is a fielder out there, and it's been dropped. Oh, look at the running. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's shocking. It really is shocking. I don't know where the cricket etiquette is here. You just hit the ball down the ground. Is a drop catch. It's an easy to. I mean, the running has been bad. I've got to say, the 190 would already be up if they'd done the running. You see, it's not good cricket. It's not good cricket. And those runs that they've left behind quite easy could be the difference between winning or losing. So David McClement's batted well. He's got a century. I'm going to take nothing away from some of the shots that he's played, but he's running in between the wickets, and his management of the strike for the set batter has been pretty poor. And yes, I will tell him that to his face later, because we do have a lot of chat. And now we see a swing and a miss. That will be the end of the inning. So with all of that, the last over only goes for 6. It started with him putting himself off the strike. Didn't run the 2 when he was dropped on the boundary. So they won't get to the 180. It will be 173 for 2. But I do maintain that if they had run hard, then there would have been a score there quite easily of 190. I don't know what you think in the chat. I think that Zaha was probably also feeling that it was going to be more than 180. I think Jaya Prakash also changed his mind and said it was going to be over 180. So few people changing their mind too often. Have a look at some of these highlights there. This was the edge. I think that was how McClements got off the mark. But then he played some really nice shots. That was the kind of the reverse, the helicopter. And at that point, he was going well. You know, on his way to 50, he batted really well. This was one that was almost caught and bowled by Iqbal. He bowled very well, though. I was very happy to see him come back well after he had a few issues with his first. But Shaquille was just a little bit too short early on. That was 4 runs there. This one was, again, almost going into the hands. And for Andrew, he didn't have too much luck when he was bowling it today. Normally he bowls a pretty nice, tidy line. Was a little bit wayward, but he did take a wonderful catch, didn't he? And that was the first wicket that would go. Partnership of 79 came to an end. Went for 8 of 16. Clements was still there. There was the old, the MJ shot from him. But once again, it was just that running between the wickets. This was when Billy went for that expensive over 15. This one really helped them get going again, because before this 15, since the 10th over, he scored something like about 18, 19 runs. So that one helped them. If you go by the 5 over course that they had, so I'll just get the last one in there as well. 173 is what they finished with. They only got, so the last there they got 45. So that was the time when I was saying they really got to try and push around to go around about 10 and over. So good highlights there, some nice shots being played. What that didn't feature is a lot of the runs that weren't taken. And so, yeah, I was giving you the breakdowns there. 55 of the first 5, 34 of the second, 39 of the next 5. So that was at the end of the 15th over, when the score at that point was 128. And then 45 came off the last 5. So there was that acceleration when they needed to be. And that was thanks to, I think, Mike also playing some nice runs. So quick look at that scorecard. David McClements unbeaten, 113, 19 fours, and just the 1-6 in the innings. Then we saw 8 there from Jonathan Haskell in that 79-run partnership with David. Then we saw Mike, he batted very well, scored 34 in a partnership that was worth 76. Then Simon, he did his job at the end. He got more than run the ball, 9 of 8. So that was the scorecard there for the batters. On the bowling front, we saw just a couple of wickets. We won from Alfaz and there was a wicket there from South Iqbal as well. So going to take a short break here now, and remember the players will have some teas. I believe that Kate has made tea, so there'll be tea. So we're probably back between 20 to 30 minutes, but we'll have the timer on for you so you know exactly when we're coming back. So join us for the last innings of this European Cricket Festival when we return in about 30 minutes.
This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by our official timing partner, Rado, and our official charity partner, Share the Meal by the United Nations World Food Programme.
Hello, viewers, and welcome back to the Woodbridge Oval, the beautiful home of the Sporting Alfaz cricket ground. It's great to be here, and it's what I was going to say is kind of sad because it is the last innings of the very first European Cricket Festival, but we do know that we will be back here pretty soon. We'll keep you updated of our movements, and of course, as some of you saw in one of the graphics in that first innings, we will be going to Ibiza for the weekend as well. So certainly looking forward to going to a new destination and bringing you some cricket from the island of Ibiza. The players have made their way out into the middle. Why don't we go out and join them? The umpires are out. Tony Braithwaite is there along with Derek. Players sort themselves out. A big thank you to our host federation, Cricket España. Thank you for all the work that they do behind the scenes, helping us to organise these tournaments. It's a fantastic partnership between us and Cricket España. I know that Kevin Launton plays a big part in that as well. He's the vice president of Cricket España. Big thank you to John Howden, who once again is scoring. And of course, to Juan Carlos, the president, the fantastic Juan Carlos Trophy. Only days ago there at La Manga. So plenty of good things happening here in Spain at the moment, and it's going to be fantastic to be going there to as well. I'd always like to talk to you about some things happening or have happened on this day in 2007. Australia made it a hat-trick of men's ODI Cup titles with a win by 53 runs over Sri Lanka in Barbados. Adam Gilchrist led the way with a stunning 149 of 104 as Australia posted 281 in kind of a rain-restricted 38 overs. And although Sri Lanka made a good start, they would fall short. The game ended in a farce, however, after a mix-up in rules, and then the final overs were played in almost darkness. It was perhaps fitting that the end of the tournament had set new lows for Mile administration. But I have a question for you, and my question is that in that knock that Gilchrist played, that 149, and what did he later reveal was the secret to that 149? As we get on the way with, looks like it's gonna be just runs. They should run 3, and we're gonna start with 3 runs straight away. It's Lalit Sharma and Shakil Hafiz are looking to give Sporting Alfaz a very good start in the power play. 3 to start there from Shakil. Shakil just opening up with the ball, but also with the bat. Been in very good form of late. Ed Hopkinson with the ball. Now, remember I was saying if you've got a wicket, you'd like to celebrate, but the cameras have moved ends. I wonder if you'll know. You'll be celebrating to the bus end. No cameras at the bus end. I wonder if anybody told Ted that. The best thing he's got to do is get a wicket. He's bowling to a very good player. So that Lalit's been in good form. He scored 50 in the very first match. And then in match number 2, he scored 94. He's going to play on in match 3. The man who has scored a century on the network as well. Scored one during the Woodson Cup. He's a very good player. Tries to get this one away. Wants to take the single, and he will take the single. The bottom of the bat on that. So one more time, in 2007, when Australia made it a hat-trick of ODI wins with a 53 victory over Sri Lanka, he scored, Adam Gilchrist, 149 in that knock, as this one will be the first boundary. And he hit many boundaries like this. Shakil gets this one away, a little bit too short, and beautifully played. Lovely swivel shot for 4 runs. So what did Gilchrist later reveal as a secret to his up not? That's one of the first questions of the day. On a day that is all about saving the frog. This one gets played away as well. And they will run very quickly, so they're not making the same mistake or giving me the opportunity to nag at them about their running. Running between the wickets is good here. 10 coming off that first over from Hopkinson. Oh, he's a good keeper, Mike. Good all-round player. Some answers coming in not correct at the moment. It's in the process of telling you what days have been celebrated. Save the Frog Day. Frogs are crucial to our ecosystem. And, keeping bug population down, but many species are in danger of extinction, so do what you can to save the frog. National Superhero Day. Well, David McClements was kind of a superhero for Montenotti when he scored that century. Be a superhero for Sporting Alfas as well. So instead of Superman or Batman, this one is a day that honours normal everyday people, as this will be 4 more runs. It's a very short, skybound, loopy delivery. Once it hits the deck, pops up nice and comfortably to be put away. Here it is again. That's a good hit. Powerfully hit by Lalit, who gets his first boundary. Newton with the ball. Just got to get the length right. It's another full toss, and that will go all the way. Manos arriba, arbitro, porque eso es 6 carreras, beautifully timed. And right on cue for our beautiful time partner, Rado, to come onto our screens. It was time to perfect it, just like Rado. 6 carreras, both Padasha Kamaria, Lalit, no, you can't bowl there to him. And, I don't think he was quite ready here. As Andy Newton says, all right, if I bowl this one when he's not ready, I might get a dot ball in. And Alfaz see what he's trying to do pretty quickly. National Superhero Day here to remind people all over the world that superheroes can come in any shape. No run this time. Size or color. Being one is more about valor of the heart than having any superpowers. So it's all about people like range from firemen, nurses, doctors, teachers, kitchen volunteers. And I said at the time, our crew here, ECN crew, that are helping you enjoy the cricket. Well, there's the old helicopter. David Clement kind of played the chopper shot a few times. The old doesn't get a boundary this time. There on the deep there have gone. I think it's David McClement who's on the boundary there at very straight, long off. They've also have square leg back. And he might be in action here, but that's been hit so well. Isa Assad can't do anything about that. It's going to be 4 more powerful hit. This time it's Shaquille. They're off to a flyer, are the openers. Lovely slog sweep. Noticing that Isa Assad, remember, didn't bowl here on Sunday because he was nursing that groin. It doesn't look like he's recovered from it. He's still hobbling. And that's a no ball. It was off the pitch. He's been hit down the ground. So 1 for the no ball and 1 to the batter. And 3 hit to come, which Lalit Sharma is going to try and smash out of here. He's hit the biggest 6 in this festival so far, and it was straight down the ground. You're looking to smash another one out the ground here. And he goes for it, and he will. 6 carreras, Kinna Sona, Shaka Lagya. Arriva. Jabardast batting. Boom. There it goes. Smashed away. Put him up in the air like he just don't care, Derek. And already looking quite impressive, isn't it? That over goes magical. 23 coming off that, with 10 coming off the first. It's 33 without loss after just 2. Hello to Brendan, joins us in the chat, and also to Narendra. Well, hope everybody is well. Namaste, namaskara, assalamu alaikum, sasriyakal. Abu Yuan, as Ted Hopkins just says a little word there with the lead that says, please don't hit me too far. The lead will oblige. Well, he's at the non-strikers end so far. Ted Hopkinson checks his field. Here we go. Short again, but good bit of extra bounce now. How many are going to run here? Fielder, there is a sweeper out the offside. Just as well, because I don't think Andy Newton was going to get there before the batters ran for. We'll run a couple though. Yeah, so going back to we know who they are. They're not the ones that wear any costumes or a cloak or anything. They're your normal, everyday people that one spins away from the field, and they don't need an excuse to come back to take another, and there will 2 runs taken. They're everyday people that do little things that make a difference, and make sure you acknowledge them, give them thanks. What you could do is give them a slice, buy them a blueberry pie, because it is National Blueberry Pie Day. And it's well stopped. Well, there we go. We're talking about the World Superhero Day. Well, that was a superhero kind of stop. Nicely done there by Tucker. Tucker gets down, makes the stop. To the fielder, unfortunately, Andy Newton says he's going to run for that one. Look at the length of the deliveries there so far. They've been hippie length. The chart, they're better over this from Ted Hopkinson, 2-2 and a couple of dots. Trying to avoid a boundary. That's our bowled as well. Soft hands will take the single. Keep an eye on that rate at the moment. So just under that 8 mark, 7.9. Want to make the most of this power play. World Day for Safety and Health at Work. Something that we're all very conscious of, because we quite often are in the firing line. I think in my 6 years with ECN, I've had 3 monitors and 2 laptops that have been shattered. Of course, we've got some very expensive equipment here. So Billy Sandu always used to say, number 1 priority, save the equipment. Well, that is true. If any of this stuff that we've got, very expensive stuff, of course, gets knocked or damaged, that will be the end of your viewing pleasures. I think all the people that are watching the cricket as well from the beautiful sporting Alfas Terrace have to be careful as well. That's the electronic scoreboard, which has been operated by John Howden. Something's having a nice little warm up there. New bowler. Something's having a swim. Yeah, it is, by the way. Blueberry Pie Day. Super healthy and super delicious. You know, maybe I'm going to go to the supermarket afterwards and see if I can get a blueberry pie. I tell you what I did do yesterday. You saw a picture of me when I was out and about yesterday. It was a long walk. This is going to be a long walk for Thaka to find this ball. So we've got a bit of time maybe to talk a bit more. So yesterday, one thing that Spain is really well known for, and of course it is because of the weather, is a lot of delicious desserts, especially like yogurt, ice creams, normal ice creams. And my favorite is you have a gofre, which is like a waffle, sweet waffle with some ice cream. So I had another one of them, and I actually did have it with some blueberry ice cream, and it was quite delicious as well. So that definitely could be on the agenda tonight on National Blueberry Pie Day. Don't think I'll get a blueberry pie. Oh, well, talking about pies, well, at the moment, pies are being bowled here by Wijisurya. He's bowling the pies, and the pies, the blueberry pies, are being smashed out of the ground. been absolutely walloped. Big hit. Boom. Shaka lag gaya. Whacked. And this one could be out here, actually. Oh, in and out off the hands of Isa Assad, who's had a bit of a mare on tour as Isa. The Sharma, who should have been gone here, shouldn't he? That is going to be dropped. Opportunity to remove a dangerous player, doesn't get taken. And now he's going to punish them even more with a slog sweep before the 50 came up with the error in the field. Sharma is racing away here now. Race to 39. After being dropped in 31. Oh, Surya. Going to be another magical over. And it's not done yet. That smashed. It's going to bounce just before the rope. One bounce, 4 runs. David Clemens can't do anything about it. 24 now off the over with the ball still to come. What a power play this is. And Korea, first time we're seeing him bowl is probably the last time we see him bowl as well. 4-6-6, 4-4. And that should also be blasted to the boundary. It will. 6 runs. That's hit hard and flat as it crunches into the boundary rope. 6 carreras más. The boundary fence, I should say. It clears the rope or the painted line smashes into the fence. Not sure what the two batters are saying here. They're talking about something. I think it might be this. Well, surely they don't want the side screen moved. I mean, they've just smashed 69 off 4 overs. Alfaz has scored 19. Sharma is on 49 off 15. I don't think they need the side screen, really. I think that's the attitude from the Sporting Alfas boys saying, boys, are you having a laugh? 69. That over went supersonic in the end. So we call an over when it goes for 20 plus magical. But when it gets to 30, it's supersonic. यार अपने वजह इन्नी कुट पई है ना चंगियां जुतियां पईयां बस कर bowling ना हुन कर बह जा आराम ना बह जा 69 has been smashed all over the place. That one is also going to be 4 all along the deck. This ball motors along this beautiful, fast outfield at Sporting Alfaz. Gets right on top of it. He's played that shot so well as Alfaz. Usually it's the bounce, that little bit of extra bounce to the slower bowlers that causes the batters some problems. But, no problems at all here. Do follow us, some follow karo. Facebook ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆ Instagram ਤੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਤੇ ਲਾਸਟ ਡੇ ਆ ਸਪੋਰਟਿੰਗ ਆਫਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਬੀਤਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਬੀਤਾ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਫੋਲੋ ਕਰੋ see another boundary same place it wasn't a replay basically the same shot that we just saw Ed Hopkinson trying to end this run of boundary. This could be out. Oh, well, that's it's National Superhero Day. And Mike was trying to be a superhero. Hello to Janine, who's probably tuning in. Mike's father probably wanting to get there, flying through the air like a superhero, but couldn't get the catch in his glove. So it's going to be a single that gets taken. Played in that similar areas where the boundaries came earlier, but they've made a bit of a change in the field. They've pushed the A long on all the way around. That's going to be 50, though, still to Lalit Sharma. What a festival he's had. 50, 94 and 50, and he's hungry for more as well. That's for sure. On the ball already. A ball to go in the fifth. Still one more to go in the power play. And that is high. Watch out. It's coming this way somewhere. And in the end, it only just kisses the flag on the boundary line. There it is, just the other side. But for one moment, you can see the trajectory of that hit. I thought it was coming our way. But it goes more height than it does distant. Still 4 more runs, end of the over. Runs coming quickly at the moment. Who in 1967 refused to be drafted into the U.S. Army? Back on this day, 1967. So we welcome you once again to the beautiful town of Alfaz, Delphi, and this is the Sporting Alfaz Cricket Club, the Woodbridge Oval. Hope you're enjoying all the action from here. But we are going to see another change in bowling. That last one also was an expensive one. 15 runs coming from Ed Hopkins over. All runs apart from one over being into the double figures. Played down the grand start. That's a good start. It's probably the first genuine pitched up delivery that we've seen. Good delivery. In the block hole, gets played down the ground. Naveed Zahid. Shorter this time, just gets played away. Remember, the last time we looked at the rate required, it was 7.9. It's been brought down to just run a ball now. So who in 1967 refused to be drafted into the U.S. Army, citing religious reasons? That's just going to be a single. Give you a couple more deliveries. Hello, Dave. Dave might know this one. Nice start from Naveed Zahid. I think Naveed is one who's struggling with a bit of a back issue when we saw him a few days ago when he was batting. So it looks like he's overcome that, thankfully. Well bowled. And just going to get past the bowler. Let's take the single. 1967, at the height of the Vietnam War, boxer Muhammad Ali refused to be drafted into the U.S. Army, citing religious reasons. His subsequent conviction on criminal charges was eventually overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court. 1967. Played out. Should have been just a single and will be, yes. Further runs to be taken. Now, the question about Gilchrist, I don't know if anybody got that right. I was asking that he made 149 of 104 balls in Australia win in the ODI World Cup in 2007. Okay, now this one is going to hands, and it will be dropped. Oh dear. In and out. What an opportunity to remove Lalit. Poor Naveed can't believe it, because it was as straightforward really as they come. In the air it goes, totally loses his shape and his head. Fortunately for him, the fielder loses the ball and the fingernail in the process of trying to take the catch. So, well, this is a very outrageous end of the power play from signaled there by Braithwaite. I think he's going to take off there. A helicopter signal that. What a power play as well. 91 without loss. The leap being dropped. 36 at the time. He got a couple of runs with that drop cat. Shaquille Hafiz is there on 32. Yeah, so my question was, in that 149, what did Gilchrist later reveal as the secret to his 149 knock? Well, he was told by his coach to use a squash ball in his glove. He later revealed to prevent him from gripping the bat too tightly with his bottom hand. So Adam Gilchrist did bat with a squash ball in his glove, so he couldn't grip the bat too hard. So you got it right, well done. And we see another boundary out there on the offside. So another short delivery. Look, you just saw where that registered. It's far too short, and it's an easy hit. They haven't got this field right. That's probably about the fourth or fifth boundary that's gone there. And when we have a look at the percentages where most of the runs have been scored, you will see that most have come in that area. Same area, this time not hit as hard, just be a single. Ed holding himself out here. A bit short and hit firmly down the ground for 4. If you look at Lalit as well, I mean he's solid. He really is. I mean, if you look at him there, I don't think there's too much body fat. Look at those laddus. Look at those laddus. ये बामा देखो, लड्डू देख लिया ना? हाँ देख लो. अपना मुंडा मेरे ख्याल है चंगी तरह ना साग दे नाल मक्कियां दियां रोटियां खा के आया. बट के शॉट मारदा. 100 comes up. Talking of 100, if a lot of it depends on how Shaquille goes. But if he gets enough of the strike, Lalit Sharma, he failed the last time we saw him out there when he got to 94 and got out on the boundary. And I know he got a fair bit of stick for that as well from the Sporting Alfas players. Sort of saying, you know, you're in your 90s, you're trying to hit a 6 to bring up your century. It's not the way to do it. Dab it around. That's the way you got to go. And you can see he's thinking about it. Every so often, he's thumping himself on his lead. He's checking where the fielders are. He's determined to go all the way this time. But like I say, a lot depends on how Shaquille goes. Shaquille, if he keeps banging big shots at the other end, they only need 70. So he could be the one who spoils the party here. Ted is on his way to maybe a 50 as well as this one gets hammered. And a bit of foot field success. What a lay on that is this time. As David McClements makes the most out of a pass that was made to him from, I think that's Simon who's out there. Simon passes it or lays it on nicely. David gets throw in. This time they only do take just a single. He'll take a single as well to hold on to the strike. 14. I think they're doing a retirement. Well, Lalit, everybody's going to say that's my fault now. He's been called retired out. He's been called out. So Lalit was probably thinking about going all the way and getting a century. Kevin Lawton saying, son, you had your chance. You didn't do it the other day. So on 67 of 23, remember, he was dropped on 56. He was on when he gets dropped. He was also dropped on 31. He's going to... There's that lay-on, by the way. Wasn't that beautifully captured there by Ravi? So, Lalit Sharma, 67 of 23. That will go down as retired. Technically, he's retired, not out, but I think on the score system, it will go down as retired out. Hello, Boom, Terry Richmond in the chat. Hello to everybody. A lot of people are joining in today. It's great to have you on the last day for a few days here at Sporting Alfas. We will return here. They're going to get 2 here, you know. Very easy to. The bowler now decides he's going to get it. Can't run too much. I think Naveed, he's kind of bent down. Look at him. He's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to need help to straighten up again. Naveed is still struggling. Get 2 there. Nice sweep shot played. I don't think anybody's going to stop this. It's beautifully played by Shaquille. He knows as soon as he gets to his 50, he's probably going to be called off as well. Tyrone. That's it. Join Shaquille out there. Tyrone. To get a few shots in himself. Ali's but the old safety taking few sneezes. Speed stop. Who's the youngest player to make a men's T20 century? Okay, of course, we talked in the professional game. The youngest player to make a men's T20 century. Put the answer in the chat if you think you know who. In the air, but he's hit that nice and straight. Comes across to do the fielding. Maybe check in if I need to pick you. I know if I get to pick you, I want to be dragged out of here. Just do it in singles, so spend a bit more time out here rather than one big shot. Haven't had a European Cricket Festival duck yet. Tyrone is not going to be that statistic. I don't think, I know this is only 4 days of cricket, so we've had 340 over matches, and we have this T20 today, day 4 of action. To an event and not had a duck, so we haven't had one as yet. We only need 59 runs for victory here, so we don't even. Well, we will get another batter come in. I'm sure Shaquille Alfaz will be retired out. Will we get a duck, or are the only ducks we're going to see the ones in the pond? Thanks to the Iron Vento, the Alfaz LP, we've seen from the videos that we're showing you that it's a very active town hall, doing a lot of things for the environment, for sport, and all sorts. I can see that Abdul Iqbal looks like he's going in next, but I don't think that helmet is actually. I think it just looks like it's sitting on his head. I don't actually think it fits his head, that helmet. When you see him come out, you have a look. He looks like PC Plod. He does. 115 for 1 after 8. Indeed. He's bowling well. 2 overs for 16. Played pretty fine, and it's a long way for Thaco to go. Batters are still running. Shaquille will get 3 more. This is where if you're not kind to your captain, kind to the captain, this is where the captain says, "All right, Shaquille, come in. Thank you very much." But I'm on 49. Yeah, come on. You've done your bit. You've had 26 balls. What more do you want? Can happen, you know. Tossed up. And bang, boom. Shakalagya, 6 carreras. As Tyrone gets his first boundary. Hit that sweet out of the middle. Sweeter than a blueberry pie. Boom. Shakalagya, Ginna Sona. Smacked away. So, who's the youngest player to make men's T20 century? And, well, it's somebody that we know very well because only the other day, in fact, I think it was on Saturday, and that's 4 from Thaka. It's going to be 4 runs. So 6 and 4. Hungry for more is Tyrone, but that was down to not a bit of superhero work there from Thaka. Pretty poor. It's probably the signs of a man who's had a long tour. Long tour, not poor, says Thaka. Alfred with the ball now. He would have appreciated that fielding. He's not complaining. He'll try and do it again. But defensively, he plays this one. Giving Alfred a little bit of respect there. Yes, So the youngest player to make a T20 century, baby-faced Harb Suravanshi, all of 14 years old when he ran at 101 runs of Gujarat Titans in the IPL, becoming the youngest to make 100 in men's T20. Did that in 2025 last year. He set them, they were set a steep 210 to win, but Suravanshi came out swinging from the hills and didn't stop until he had his century. He's second fastest in the IPL after 35 balls of carnage. And, that is figure. Miss 128. 13 coming off that one from Alfaz. Which left, he hit 6. No, get this right, hang on. So 35 balls of carnage in which he hit 11 sixes. In the 10th over, Suravanshi took 30 runs off the helpless IPO debutant Kareem Janat before heaving Rashid Khan over mid-wicket the 11th to get 600. What a play for Suravanshi. I think he's going to be special, isn't it? Special. Well done if you got it right. If you didn't, I'll give you another chance. Who was the first West Indian to play 100 tests? That's the next one. This one because he played out for a single, and I think that might be the end of Hafiz. Yes, it is. He gets to his 50 of 27 balls. So, and it is. There's PC Plod. PC Plod. That helmet, I don't think has gone onto his head properly. You need to get a mallet and give it up to get that on. But anyway, he's out there. Come on. Am I going to press the duck button or not? Are we going to have a wiki? Well, this one's hit nicely. And it will be fielded by Isa. All right. Here we go. Naveed Saeed. Naveed. Cricket gods. It sounds really nasty for Iqbal, doesn't it? I'm with him. A duck. Not really. But I am kind of. I admit I am. Naveed. Down and no run. It's all right, folks. The duck is on. The wiki is still on. Who was the first West Indian to play 100 tests? Who's going to get the answer? You're going to get the right answer. Wicket delivery. Buys umpire. Buys. Put your hand up. Buys. 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 Derek. All the Derek lovers around the globe. Umpire Derek raises his hand to buy. The plod is still on the duck. Tyrone, he's not. Hit a few bangers already. Naveed going through the pain here for his team. Bowler saying, bring back the Derek. Well, even if you brought back the Derek, there's been no Derek. And it's the 4th day of cricket. No ducks at all. I've never known it. It's been unheard of. But the Derricks are back in the pond. We know that. I've shown you pictures of the Derricks in the pond. The pond is looking great again here at Sporting Alfaz. The ducks are happy. The terrapins are happy. The geese are happy. Fade away and, well, Iqbal gets off the mark. It doesn't look like he does it. 41 required. 33 for 2. Technically not, because both are retired. Should be not out, I believe. It's kind of friendly tournament. But anyway, Montanoti will take 2 wickets. So we're at that halfway phase. I usually like to give you a breakdown of where teams were in each quarter of the game. So after 5 overs, it was 55 from Montanoti, and it was 84 for Sporting Alfaz. After 10, it was 89 compared to 133. So, well, foot fielding fell, followed by a foot fielding save. Looking, nobody's come up with it. That's a surprise. So, who was the first West Indian to play a 100 test? It was done in 1984 by Clive Lloyd. Became the first West Indian to play a 100 test in the 5th test against Australia that got underway in Jamaica. On this day, it was coincidentally also the 100th test to be played in the Caribbean. Lloyd was caught behind of Jeff Lawson for 20. Well, this one's played away. That maybe did have a little bit of Clive Lloyd about it. Yeah, so Lloyd made 20, but West Indies did freeze to a 10-wicket win that gave them a win series victory. Lloyd always did like watch him kind of the Clive Lloyd swag. I think it's what he had. Maybe Clive Lloyd was the first man to have the swag. It's played away, and it's just going to miss the Sporting Alfaz 3. No real big efforts to slide and dive to try and stop it by anybody. It's just going to be 4, and you can see here that Montenotti given up this, haven't they? They've given up. They're just looking forward to Kate's wonderful tea. That's the one thing that Montenotti have got to look forward to, tea, after the end of the match. And the teas here are scrumptious. They really are. Save me some sausage rolls. That one, okay. Just be single. Yeah, save me some of those sausage rolls if there's any going. There were pigs in blankets the other day as well. Lovely sandwiches. Kate's secret recipe of the chicken is great. Kind of not a secret now. I make it the other day, but I'm not going to give you a secret away. Selection sandwiches and cakes. Proper tea here. You get spoiled. No more. Too wide this time from Alfred. Right, I'll carry on with my questions. See if somebody will get one right. That could be out. He is gone. He is slow getting back. I think Derek's put the finger up. So Iqbal, if you've got the replay, when you go back and look, you'll know you were too slow. I think Derek is absolutely right here. Well, has he been given out? I thought the umpire gave him out. Well, he's still out there, so obviously not. I thought Derek definitely put his hand up. Now, whether that was just his clicker, let's see here. You see there, I think the foot is on the line. The bat came down later, and I was sure the umpire put the finger up there. Well, not out in the end. So here we have again. And we can't quite see Derek, the umpire, in the shot, unfortunately. I think that foot there is not past the line. I think he's a lucky chappy just do with it. You can see he tries to get the bat in afterwards, but by that time, the bowers have already been taken off. But not out, says the umpire. 144 for 2. 30 required now. So in his last test on home soil in Antigua, Bill Richard scored 1. There we go. John Heatham saying, can I move the mic closer to my mouth? If I did that, I'll be chewing on it. Are you saying, why don't you just say, we can't hear you? And you're the only one to say so. John Heatham, so if the rest can't hear me properly, why haven't you said so? Nobody's complained. Johnny, turn your volume up. Played through the fielder and gets past. I believe that is Simon Cassell on the boundary. It's going to be 4 more. Aaron gets another boundary here off the back foot. And more runs played in that area. So his last test on home soil in Antigua, Viv Richard scored. Question mark. How many? The answer. A couple of balls. That's another one that's been mullered. Tyrone, well, he did this against Sporting Alfaz the other day on Sunday. Today he's doing it for them. Good little player and a very good keeper as well. And a lovely guy as well. So always nice to have a chat with him as the 150 now comes up. Sporting Alfaz are doing this in a breeze, aren't they? Getting the run quickly. 1991 in his last test on his home ground. Vivian Richards recorded his first duck in Antigua. Well, we can't get a duck here. Well, Vivian Richards got a duck in his last test on home soil in Antigua when he was pinned LBW by Craig McDermott. Played just should be a single here in the 5th test against Australia. Viv ended up averaging 61 in test on his own pitch. Oh, it was a pretty mixed bag with 3 centuries, 26 and 4 scores below 0 and 2. Got it right. Well done. If you didn't, don't worry. It's just for fun. Big Fire plays this away, and they've got Isasad on the boundary here at square leg, but he clearly can't run. He's definitely, that's why he's not bowling. He's definitely hurt his groin. We do hope him and wish him a speedy recovery because, of course, this is really very early. It's kind of a pre-season gathering from Montanotti. The last thing that you want is to have a niggly injury before the start of the season. It's hit powerfully in the air and it's going to sail over everybody. Put him up in the air like he just don't care. Albitro Hinna Sona Shakalagia 6 carreras. And it's an expensive over, 3 fours, and this, boom, Shakalagia, adios pelota. Well, no ducks in the middle. But that one is ball meets duck in the pond. 161 for 2. So just 13 runs away. Time for one last question. Who was the youngest non-Pakistani player to play Test cricket? The youngest non-Pakistani player to play Test cricket. That'll be my last. And then what we will do, maybe, if we have time at the end of the over, it might be done before this over is done, actually, the match. But we'll tell you where you'll see us next. And you ain't got too long to wait, actually. Tuesday today. We'll be back with you. Right, that's going to go probably over the fielder. It's a great catch. Oh, Shaba. Hang on a minute. Round of applause, everybody. And he did get a massive round of applause. We just saw an absolute humdinger of a catch. And I just had to get out and congratulate him, even though he did catch it over the boundary. It's going to be sliced away for just a single. Wow, Ali, what a catch. What a catch. Well, this is in the area of the ground that's, I think, named after Christian Munoz Mills, because he normally takes some real blinders there. What a catch that was. That was absolutely unbelievable. Unfortunately, though, it did take him over the boundary. Now, this one is going to be dropped, and it's 4. It's the second one that's been dropped. Oh, dear. We just saw a brilliant catch that didn't matter. It was on National Superhero Day, a superhero catch, and then one gets put down. So now just 2 runs will do it. And Abdullah plays and misses this one. You've got to feel for the bowler, Alfred. He could have had about 3 wickets. So smashed. And, well, that was a massive 6, wasn't it? And there's also a bus going by. There's the number 10 bus. All right, here we go. It's coming towards the boundary. And fielded by the man who took the incredible catch. What a catch it was. Marsh, the superhero. And that is going to be the end of the match. So a little bit of everything. Great catch was taken. Great effort for Kempington. Well, it wasn't a great effort. It was just a brilliant catch. It was superb. But unfortunately, he was always gone already past the boundary line when he took it. And there he is, Marsh, the superhero or National Superhero Day. And I tell you what, it is also, as I said, it is National Blueberry Pie Day. He gets all the pie, and only when he's finished with it does he share it with anybody else. So, what a great finish to the match, a bit of excitement. Then there was another genuine chance to take the catch, but unfortunately it wasn't taken. So superb stuff. And before I go, rather than keeping you hanging, the only non-Pakistani or the youngest player who's non-Pakistani to play Test cricket was, of course, Siva. Laxman Siva Krishnan was the fifth youngest player to play Test in Test history. At the time, he was 17 years and 118 days when he made his debut against the West Indies. He went wicketless that time, but a few years later, he bamboozled his way to 3 consecutive six bursts. A star was born. Or so it seemed, but Siva faded again and only took 7 wickets in his last 6 tests. As we see some of the highlights of this innings, and a lot of what you're going to see is a boom shaka lagya, or as I like to sometimes say, boom shaka, boom, 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 as the Sporting Alfaz batters, they were in a mood to party, or I should say, they were in the mood for the fiesta, because it is the European Cricket Fiesta, or European Cricket Festival, as we call it, a festival of cricket for everybody to enjoy. Remember, the emphasis here isn't too much on the competitive side of the game. It's more about the sporting side of the game. It's all about the socialising, the sporting element of it, players coming together of all ages, young and old, to come together and put on a show for you, to put on a festival of cricket. And well done to Montenotti, a team from North London. They've been coming out here since 2008. It's great that they've been here again. Some people say it may be the last time. I hope it's not the last time that we see them, because they've been great fun. And I know they've had a lot of injury problems throughout this festival, but they've always given it their best. For Sporting Alfaz, they used a mixture of players. I think, speaking to Kevin Laundon, who's there right at the front, leading the way there, the captain, speaking to Kev, I think they've used something like over 30 players over the last 4 matches. And that's great credit to this club. And it shows you just how this club is growing all the time. It's been around since 1995. A lot of players. And you can understand why. Players of all abilities. I've said before that it has a great history and has had many, many, many triumphs. But also, it has hundreds of touring teams coming out here, and you can see why, because they enjoy playing this friendly festival of cricket. And if you want to join us for more festival of cricket, you don't have long to wait. The 2nd and 3rd of May, we'll be going to Ibiza. Yes, we will. We'll be going to the island to bring you some more action. And we're going to bring you some 40-over action on the Saturday, and then 2 T20s on the Sunday. And also, we're going to bring you the Ben Mariner Cup as well. Ben Mariner is a player that I knew very well from Sporting Alfaz, and he left us too soon. And that is also a cup that is played in his honour. So looking forward to bringing you the action from Ibiza. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed our first ever festival. A festival without ducks. Can you believe it? But it's a festival that had a little bit of everything. Some great performances with the bat, some good bowling performances as well. On occasions, some very good catching and fielding. We just saw something amazing there on National Superhero Day. What a catch that was for Marsh. It was quite incredible. We saw a century here from David McClements playing for Montenotti, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to get them the big score that they needed. I always thought they had to go over 180, and in the end, well, even that would not have been enough. So congratulations to Sporting Alfaz. And before we go, let's say our thank yous for one last time for what has been a fantastic, you got to say, fantastic festival. It really has. Well done to the umpires. They've been absolutely brilliant. I want to say a big thank you to Derek, who was, of course, the umpire from Montenotte. Well done also to John Braithwaite here today. Did a great job. Well done to Cricket Hispania for all of their work, which includes John Howden, who not only is their CEO, but did fantastically well with the scoring, to Kevin Laundon, the president of the club, and everybody at Sporting Alfas that made us feel so welcome. Hospitality here is absolutely fantastic, and that hospitality will continue in the clubhouse now, where Kate is busy pouring the drinks and also getting teas ready for the players. Kate, very big thank you to you. I know that Kate will be joining us in Ibiza. So Kate now, after she finishes today, will be able to put her feet up and have a rest for a week. She got a week off. Do enjoy your break, Kate. Well, not too much break from the cricket, because we will be with you again at the weekend there in Ibiza. I know the boys will be getting the ferry from here. I'll fly back to Alicante for a couple of days and then I'll catch the flight to Ibiza to bring you all the action. Really looking forward to going to Ibiza for the very first time. One of the things I haven't done is brought you any cricket from the islands, the likes of Lanzarote, the likes of Menorca, where I know they've got a beautiful ground, and also Ibiza. So we'll be going to Ibiza and looking forward to that as well. So, folks, I have to also thank you for tuning in. And we've had so many people tuning in today. It's been great to have you. Been great to have you on board for this this festival of cricket. I hope you've enjoyed it. It is different. I know the format was longer with the 40 overs, and that's what it's going to be. Sometimes 40 over cricket, sometimes T20. We might even throw in a few tens in there as well. But I hope you like the concept. The concept is all about people coming together and enjoying cricket, being stronger together, because that's what we are all about, being stronger together with this European Cricket Festival. It's been absolutely wonderful. Do join us when we travel to Ibiza. I'm looking forward to welcoming you all from the island. But until then, be good, be safe, be kind, look after yourself. Shukriya, thank you for watching. Hasta pronto, mi familia.